शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। योगेन चित्तस्य पदेन वाचा मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन योपाकरोतं प्रवरं मुनीना पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। So namaskaram to everyone. This being a philosophy course, unlike your first two modules, where you use your whole body to understand your body-mind-sense complex, where you learn to relate to your body and mind in terms of physical practices, pranayama practices. When you come to philosophy course, it's about learning how to think. Learning how to think correctly, recognizing what is wrong thinking, erroneous thinking, recognizing that there is something called a perception of the world, how each one of us perceive the world. It is important to look into whether we live in a world which we are born into, or whether we live in a world created by our own head. Vedantic learning, Vedantic studies, Vedanta studies is not a study of some intellectual exercise like learning physics or chemistry or engineering. It's not about learning a discipline of knowledge. It's not about learning something as a knowledge of this world, but Vedanta is about learning about you, yourself, who you are. It is about learning our own thought system, about learning how we judge the world, how we judge ourselves. And therefore, Vedanta, the more you want to know about yourself, Vedanta becomes a mirror, a mirror. It teaches you, it shows you who you are. It's a mirror that gives you clarity to see every freckle on the face, every black spot. It's a mirror where you can't escape to look at your own mind, your own intellect, your own attitudes. And therefore Vedanta is a very, very personal journey. It is a journey about each one of us as a human life on earth. It's a journey in which you begin to ask yourself fundamental questions about why are you here on earth? Who are my relations? Who are these people around me that influence me so much, or whom I influence so much? Why is it that I cannot love and marry the man I love? Why is it that I cannot escape this monster whom I married? Why does he chase me? So we have a lot of questions, but while it looks like it should be easy to walk away from situations whenever we want to, many times in life we find we cannot. So there is something that binds us down which is not visible. And you find yourself limited, helpless. Vedanta is that body of knowledge in which we understand, we recognize, we educate ourselves to know, why am I here? What am I all about? Where do I go when I leave this body on earth? Who are these people I'm related to? Positively, negatively? Some of them bring strength to me, some of them disempower me. It's about knowing me. Vedanta is not an impersonal philosophy. It is about knowing me, who I am. And so, this is really a very powerful journey. And it's a journey where we need to have a certain honesty with oneself, a transparency within, a willingness to accept, to own up whether I understand myself properly. It is important when we study Vedanta that we become aware of our own defense mechanisms, our own justifications. We get to recognize our own anger, our own greed, our own jealousies. It's a tremendous journey. It's a great journey because we get empowered to deal with ourselves and blossom as beautiful souls on earth. And so I would like to begin understanding that our group here does have some limitation of language, and all I have is English to communicate to you. I don't even have you near me. I have to just one computer screen in which I must access, I must reach your heart, your soul. So I will do my best to move slowly as possible. And I must say to begin with that you are a very, very blessed group, because I find myself, I have chosen a topic, I've chosen a text in Vedanta that is a very, very contemplative text. It's a text to contemplate on nothing but the truth. If you ask me why did you do that, I really don't know why I did that. When I take a text like that, I teach my students who have already been studying with me that they understand the foundations of Vedanta. But for some reason I chose this, so I trust that you all are already connected in the teaching in some form or the other, whether you know or not. Otherwise, it's not possible to teach a text of this nature. But it is the most beautiful contemplative text. You can contemplate with this text. It's so powerful. So I do believe that all of you have some deep opening already in you when it comes to Vedantic learning. You have been touched, your soul have been touched in Vedanta. Maybe not this life, maybe previous life, it doesn't matter. We have so many lifetimes, what does it matter which life, We just wish to move on in our journey, inner journey. And so, as I begin to teach, to share this knowledge, it is very important we understand our framework, our context. Vedanta learning doesn't make sense unless we put it in the proper context of our life. It doesn't make sense to just start, open the text, begin the first verse, because it's a very big paradigm shift. You know what's a paradigm shift? My Germans, help me here. From a relative life to accessing the absolute is called jumping realities. So Helga, what would be a paradigm shift?
Ein Paradigmenwechsel? Paradigmenwechsel.
Yeah, that's right. A paradigm shift, that means something much bigger is about to enter your life, and so you need to know why. What's wrong with my life as is? So in this regards, I will begin at the beginning and use this session to understand ourselves, our thought system, our experiences, our interactions in a relative framework. Okay? Relative framework. And so here we need to know that when we look around, we find that we are born in a world which is vast, which is infinite, right? It's complex, its intricacies are there it's not a small world, it's a universe. It's a galaxy. It has multiple life forms on earth. We are only one race, human race, but there are so many different races, life forms. So we are born into a very complex world, an infinite world. And when we look at ourselves as individuals, we are very limited, very limited. In many ways we are limited. When it comes to physical capacities, we are limited. When it comes to knowledge, we are so limited. We barely know one language called German, and that too not literature German, literary German. We know only vernacular, speaking German. We don't know the grammar of the language, we just know how to manage our life. Knowledge, any knowledge you take, so limited. And as we grow older, we feel, with our memory loss, you feel more and more limited, no? Not only that, in our understanding, always limited. Our partners, our friends tell us, you misunderstand me. I think I understand you, but you say, you misunderstand me. Again limited, where we think we are understanding, we are not understanding, limited. Emotionally, how limited we are. We are bound by feelings of unhappiness, of sorrow. This is all very, very limiting, no? Worries, anxieties, this is all limitations. Where all we are not limited. We are limited. And we are always trying to free ourselves from limitations. Is it not? We want to be happier. All these limitations is not comfortable. We want to be happier people. We want to be free from limitations. Every generation, it's not our generation, it is the next generation also. They have their problems. In their era, their time, their place, their world of technology, we think that they are very intelligent, but they have so many challenges which are unique to the next generation, which we will never understand. Because we don't grow up that way. We did not grow up that way. So we have our issues, they have their issues. Today when you look at the world, it is so different from how it was just a few years ago, isn't it? Just few years ago, how different it was. They say the world has become smaller. It sure has. In a screen of 2 feet by 1.5 feet, I have 20 people sitting. I mean, how is that possible? The world has become smaller. They say that's because the population has increased. We don't know why it has become smaller, but one thing we know, that what happens here affects there. We influence each other so much, however far we are, is it not? We are in India. What happens in Ukraine? If it was some decades ago, we will hardly get a news. In the paper, some news may come. But today we are following every minute of what's happening. We affect each other's lives so much. This means there is no remote place anymore, is it not? We influence each other. We have become one already. We have become one. If we all had just a language to speak, maybe English, we are already one in communication, in knowing each other. The world has become small. Not only that, if you look around you, the speed of life has increased like anything. Correct? Do you understand my English? The speed of life, the speed in which we are moving. Nobody wants to move so fast. But suddenly, what do you find? We are on the fast lane. On the highway, we want our car to go on the first lane, the slowest lane. But then you don't know what happened. You're always moving on the fast lane. That's the speed of life today. We don't know how to slow down. It's really unfortunate. We think to relax means we have to change our activities. We have a relaxing activity. We have a stressing activity. So we are all in this fast lane, and our people tell us this is progress. This is called progress. Our society has progressed. You live in a city where the whole city looks like a mall, Shopping center, wherever you turn, you shop. What are you shopping? I want to upgrade myself. Your computer, you're always trying to, every few weeks, you have to upgrade your computer. Is it not? If you don't upgrade your computer, what happens? Suddenly you're out. It'll crash, or you can't function. You can't cope up. Society has made us like computers. We have to upgrade ourselves every few weeks. What's wrong with the way I am? No, upgrade yourself. So I must improve my house. I must improve my way of living. Oh, this husband is an old husband. He's useless. Let me upgrade myself to a new husband, a new girlfriend, a new car, a new house, a new job. Everything comes in one thinking. Upgradation, upgrade, improve. This relationship is not working. Improve. After changing 5 husbands and 10 jobs, are you happy now? No. I'm still looking for my soulmate. Is that the answer to life? By keep on upgrading, changing your house, your jobs, your partners, and so on. Is that what life is about? Upgradation? Are we machines? Well, in all this search, one thing is very clear. Why are you upgrading? What do you want? If somebody asks you, what will you say? What will you say? Why are you always changing your situation? If somebody asks you, what will you say? You will say, Ammaji, I just want to be happy, right? I want to be happy. I ask somebody else, what about you? Why are you going on changing your job every 6 months? Ammaji, I'm not happy with this job. I want to be happy in my workplace. That's why I change. I asked this girl, hey, you You just changed your boyfriends 1 year ago. What happened to that guy? No, Ammaji, this is my new boyfriend. But what happened to the old one? Now, I wasn't happy with him. Are you happy with this one? Well, we'll find out. We always have, this answer. Right? This is a very European answer. It confuses me. Like some of my body language confuses you. You will find out which ones later. But for me, this is very confusing. Because I don't know whether this is yes or no. It is always, what? Up and down. Maybe. We are never sure, never sure. And we want a mind free from anxiety, concerns, we want a healthy body, we want this, we want that. But constantly what is happening? We are living in conflicts. Conflict. Always conflicted. Vedanta questions, are these conflicts in life necessary? Can you not live free from conflict? We don't know how to live free from conflict. It's a world full of conflicts. I'm always battling with life. I'm always a ninja. You know ninja? I'm always battling with life. How can I not be conflicted? And therefore, Vedanta says, all right, let's begin with your conflicts. What kind of conflicts do you carry? Understand your own conflicts first. If you want to know how to resolve them, what are my conflicts in my life? Well, conflicts are two types. And we say the first is called intrapsychic conflict. Intrapsychic, internal conflict. And we have interpersonal conflict. Intrapsychic conflict is conflict within oneself. Intrapsychic, intrapersonal conflict is conflicts where others are involved, like family, like friends. And so it is necessary for us to understand what is this intrapsychic conflict. Why do we have conflicts? Well, to have a conflict, to have a disagreement, conflict means disagreement. I don't need anybody else. Human beings are funny. We don't need anybody else to be unhappy, to be conflicted. My own head is good enough for me to be conflicted. Because conflicts arise from different reasons from within. It can be a conflict between two emotions from within. Two emotions, You say, we feel sometimes happy and sad at the same time. Have you ever experienced that? You ask somebody, how do you feel about this? This is the one. I have mixed feelings. I have mixed feelings. I feel happy and I feel sad. Hey, how can you have both opposite emotions? So two emotions, or we have sometimes an emotion of love and hate towards the same person. Have you experienced that? Love and hate. How can you do two emotions? So internally, there are opposite emotions towards a person. And therefore, when that happens, you don't know how I should respond. Whether I should respond in love or whether I should respond in hate, you don't know how to respond, how to deal when there are opposite feelings with regard to the same person or same situation. I'm sure in your life you go through this. Sometimes it is not between two emotions. Sometimes it's your emotion and your thought process, your thinking. Thinking. Thinking means my values, my judgment, my understanding, my emotion and my understanding. Typical. Every parent, some of you are parents here, every parent goes through this with their child, I love my child, but I want to protect the child. I don't want the child to be hurt in any way. Hey, but you punish your kid. You're hurting your kid. Why do you hurt your kid? Well, because he is misbehaving. So I am conflicted. Whether to be hard on him, whether to continue my love, even if he gets spoiled between my emotion and my judgment of the situation or my thinking. It is conflict, no? This is called internal conflict, intra-psychic conflict. Sometimes we have a conflict between two thought processes, values. Hey, should I speak that lie and get that money, that wallet? Somebody dropped the wallet while climbing the bus. I'm the last person behind him. I see that wallet. Shall I just pick it up and put it in my bag? Nobody will know. Bus takes off. I'll be richer. Or should I give it back to him? I have a great value for money. I also have a value for truthfulness, honesty. So two types of values, two ideologies. I am conflicted. Understand what is intra-psychic conflict? It keeps on going inside me and what is the result? What is the result of a conflict? Very, very undesirable. Any conflict causes me a lot of stress in my mind, is it not? Whenever I am conflicted, whatever be the reason, it causes me stress. I lose my peace. I lose my tranquility. I become anxious. I get guilt. I feel insecure. I don't know how to judge. I don't know. I feel lowly about myself. When I want to steal, I feel lowly. My self-esteem drops. Consequence or result of a conflicted mind internally is not very nice. Agree? Are you all with me? You understand? Yeah. And in this situation, what shall I do? How can I deal with this? We need to understand some ground truth about life, about living beings. What is that truth about living beings? Well, living beings are beings who have awareness. Living beings are beings that have awareness. Awareness, like even a plant has awareness of its environment. Have you ever seen a plant growing towards light when it's becoming a small sapling? It's aware where it can get the sunlight. When you walk into the woods, you see some big trees come, and then this little guy cannot grow straight. He goes horizontal and then looking for where I can turn and get my sun. Have you seen such amazing trees? So they are searching, they are aware of their environment, of what they require. We have this plant called touch me not. Minute it's telling you don't touch me, and you go and touch. And then it shrivels up. It closes the leaf. Don't touch me, it closes the leaf. They are aware of their environment, is it not? Not only environment, when you come to animals, they are aware of themselves also. A self-awareness is seen much more sensitively in the animals. They are aware of their needs, their body needs, their hunger, their thirst, their propagation. But their awareness of themselves and their environment is limited to that much. A dog knows enough about a dog life, which is food, shelter, protection of life, propagation, not more. When a human being is aware, and we are aware, we have a tremendous awareness. Our awareness is the most evolved awareness among all life forms, all life forms. I'm aware of my thoughts, I'm aware of my emotions, I'm aware of my feelings, I'm aware of my personality, I'm aware of my looks, I am a very, very awareful being. I can compare with others, I form. In this awareness, I form I have a quality which the other life forms don't have, and this is a quality of self-judgment. I'm aware of myself, and in this awareness I judge myself and others. Judgment, very, very important to understand how different is human awareness from the awareness of other life forms. And this awareness, we judge, we conclude. How do we conclude? When you feel empathy, you feel love, you feel all of these positive emotions, you judge, this is desirable to me. When there is greed, there is hatred, and so on, there is a what you can say, a stress on the body, stress on the mind. This is not desirable to me. And so internally we get a sense of desirable, not desirable. We get a sense of this is right and this is wrong. There is a very big conclusion in our head called right and wrong. Correct? Right and wrong. And we are taught from childhood, this is right, that is wrong. Eating with fingers is wrong. Put your fingers down, take a spoon and eat. No? Moms tell us, don't use your fingers while eating. Don't put your elbows on the table while eating. What is wrong to sit like that? What's wrong in this? But it's wrong. So there's right and wrong. There's right, wrong. I grow up in a human life, right, wrong. Judgment, constant judgment. Look at a human life. Look at an animal life. Look at a plant life. Do they judge right and wrong? Is there a wrong action of a tiger? Even if he catches a deer as his prey, this poor little beautiful, harmless, gentle deer, and this ferocious, aggressive, a carnivorous animal just goes behind it and he catches him and just tears him apart and he is a murderer. Who? Tiger is a murderer. What should you do with a murderer? Give him life imprisonment. Hang him, kill him. He doesn't deserve to live. Can you say that for the animal world? There is no wrong tiger. There is no wrong or right. I saw a scene where a crocodile was trying to pull a deer into the waters. And I thought, oh poor thing, these crocodiles are so horrible. They just don't deserve to live. And then just then a rhinoceros comes. Rhinoceros, you know, rhinoceros. They are like 400 tons, huge body. And it comes chasing. It comes running into the waters. And this crocodile gets so scared that it leaves that deer and goes inside. And this deer, you know, manages to come to the bank and it's breathing and recovering. Rhinoceros, he is a hero. He should be awarded for fearlessness, gold medal. Neither rhinoceros is right, nor the tiger or crocodile is wrong. Correct? There is no right or wrong in the universe except for the human being. Look at any life form in this world. They don't go by right, wrong. Whatever they do is right. They do no wrong. Nature does no wrong. Note this point, please. Nature does no wrong. Then who is in the wrong? Who does wrong? It is this unique mind of a human being that concludes right, wrong. This is right, this is wrong. You tell me I should not sit like this because this is wrong. My country says this is right. My mom tells me you can eat with your fingers, it's wonderful, food is tastier. Your mom tells you that it is wrong, you must eat only with the spoon. Now who's right, who's wrong? You understand how relative is right and wrong? And it is just stuck in some judgment, some conclusions of a culture which deep down has no meaning. If it is totally wrong, then it should be universally wrong. Like the tiger behaves carnivorous, killing all over the planet. Not that German tigers only kill and Indian tigers don't kill. Hey, come on. You don't know Bengal tigers what they are. All other life forms behave one way on the planet. Do human beings, human race behaves one way? What you say right, I say wrong. What I say right, you say wrong. What we both say right, somebody else is wrong. Who's confused? Who's conflicted? Which race is conflicted? Which community is conflicted? It is only the human race that sits in this conflict not because they are merely self-aware, because they conclude. They conclude. Why do they conclude? They conclude because, well, there is judgment. Judgment. I experience limitations physically and I judge that I am limited. I experience emotional, different emotions, joy, happiness, anxiety, concerns, fears and whatnot. And I conclude, this is me. Whatever I experience, with my experience goes a conclusion. What? That what I experience is true. This is serious topic, I'll try to make it as funny as possible. I'm not sure how long I will last. Because we are very peculiar beings. We tell one guy, I love you, I love you, I love you. After 10 days, I tell you, I allow you, please go. You go, I don't want you. We are the most inconsistent life forms on earth. One day we say one thing, another day we say another thing. Correct? Am I right? All other life forms are predictable except human beings. Except human beings. These inner conflicts, we don't know how to look at ourselves. We don't know how to judge the world. Right, wrong, this right, wrong, internal, how are we going to relate to the world? Will we relate with consistency? No way. Today you are my best friend, tomorrow you are my worst enemy. These are called interpersonal conflict. We get conflicted interpersonally. As a human being, we have needs. And if somebody fulfills my need, you are my best friend. Tomorrow you ask him for some money and he doesn't give you, he becomes your worst enemy. So we have expectations, we have all these different things that makes our life so complex. So complex. Our needs are there and all of us, if only I have need so that you will give me what I ask you is one thing, but you also have a need. If only I have need, no problem, I'll fulfill mine. But when I ask you, you tell me I also have a need. So we say, okay, I will fulfill your need, you fulfill my need. That's called marriage. Then the lady starts keeping a register. I am fulfilling so many needs. He is not fulfilling half my needs. And therefore what? She is keeping track. And there goes the balance. So, hey, we are very, very funny race, human race. We have funny ways of judging our lives and we have all these, sometimes there are other problems. You love this girl so much, but you don't tell her. You never approach her. Why? You don't know how to talk. You don't know how to communicate. You have language. You are a professor. You know how to speak. No, but how can I tell her my emotion? How is she supposed to know you have an emotion? I mean, can't she see my heart? No, she can't. She doesn't know that inside your heart, inside his heart, you are sitting. She doesn't know. So we must have means of communication. and we don't communicate, we get conflicted. What to do? I love her and she is going with that useless guy. So conflict. My conflict. I didn't do anything. I just loved her and then I get conflicted. Understand? This is a human life. And so in this human life, we end up creating unhappy environment for ourselves. Unhappiness within, unhappiness outside. The question comes, how to change all of this? Can we really change all of this? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can change this whole mess we are in. We can change this whole mess because we need to first recognize these confusions, where they came from. And therefore, if we are to fix this, what we are supposed to do? Vedanta moves in a few layers and levels. Number one, we say we need to educate ourselves, we need to understand our own faculty of choice. We are the only privileged life that has a capacity to choose. We need to choose life decisions awarefully. And therefore, living life cognitively or awarefully, number one, is very important. Vedanta will teach you how. It will reveal certain truths about you that you will recognize how stupid we have been, how silly we have been in some of our approach. We will begin to see that. And therefore, how do we choose is a very important step. Bhagavad Gita is a philosophy. The philosophy of Bhagavad Gita is Vedanta. And the baseline is understanding how to choose. Choose, how you choose. Do you choose your decisions based on your likes and dislikes? Or do you choose your decisions based on harmony and disharmony? Moral harmony or disharmony? Likes and dislikes versus moral harmony and disharmony. And therefore, it's cognitive. Vedanta journey is not about asana pranayama, it's about educating your own thought system appropriately. Secondly, Vedanta says, you want to know others, first you sit down and get to know yourself. Get to know who you are before you try to figure out other people. What we do, we first try to understand others as if this fellow understands himself very well. Eh? He doesn't know himself. What can he understand others? And therefore, self-education is a critical step in Vedanta. It's all about introspection, self-education, educating yourself about yourself. Please tell me, in all your education, in your primary school, middle school, high school, college, fellowship, postdoctoral fellowship, whatever you have studied, was there anything called a subject called self-education? We were always getting it. We were learning about the world around us, isn't it? About the world, about geography, about history, about chemistry, physics, quantum physics, computers. All education is about the world. We call that knowledge apara vidya. Veda says it is apara vidya. What is apara vidya? Apara vidya is knowledge of the world. It says that is called 50% knowledge. Oh, what other kind of knowledge is there? Hey, there is a para vidya. There is a knowledge about the self. In apara vidya, knowledge of the world, you spend 25 years studying. How many months have you spent in para vidya? Knowledge of the self. Oh, is there such a thing? Nobody told me. How old are you? 57. You mean you lived 57 years of your life not knowing yourself? I didn't even know there is such a knowledge. Vedanta is that knowledge. Vedanta is that knowledge where you learn about who you are. Understand? And when Paravidya and Aparavidya come together, that is called Purna Vidya. Purna means complete knowledge, where you learn about the world and about you, the observer of the world. When both knowledge is there in your life is complete. And in this learning, journey of learning, you enjoy. There is an inner leisure. We always think leisure is a function of time, you know. I am in leisure, I am on a holiday, means what? For 48 hours, I will be on holiday. It's a function of time for me to be what? In luxury, happy, holiday, relaxed. Vedanta says silly. That's silly. You can make your entire life a holiday. You don't need a time frame to be on a holiday. Your whole life is a holiday, you know, if you are only relaxed inside all the time. All you need to do is learn the skill how to relax, isn't it? Even when you are busy, if you are relaxed, you learn how to relax. Relaxing is not a function of time or a function of pranayama. Relaxing is knowing who you are. Know who you are, understand your essence, your beauty, your power, your radiance. Know your essential self, and you will be, your whole life is a holiday. That's where the teaching takes us. Well, so we learn how to live a spiritual life. Living free from conflicts in a conflict driven world, a world which is full of conflicts. In that, how can I live free from conflict? This is the spirituality that Vedanta teaches. Teaches you how to be ever relaxed. Learn the skill, the tricks, the skill of surrender, of letting go, of belonging to the harmony of the universe that already exists, and you will never be stressed out. Understand? More we will see when we return. Let us close right here with a small prayer. Om Sarvamangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhake Sharanye Triambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.